Back in 2020, I made a trip to Nigeria and I got stuck in Nigeria because you all remember in 2020, they said that there was no travel allowed into the United States or out of the United States. The only problem with that is I was already in Nigeria. I was in the nation of Nigeria in the month of March when they stopped all travel. So my 5-day trip ended up turning into a 2-week-long trip. Now, but when I tell you all, that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me is me being stuck in Nigeria, because I felt almost an existential connection to the people of Nigeria. I felt my soul connection when I stepped foot and I lived amongst the people of Nigeria. And that's not a experience that you can really describe to people who've never been there. Now, here's why I'm making this video today. I want to talk about the missed wealth opportunity that Black folks in the United States have right up under their nose and they don't even think about it. See, here's the thing. Nobody goes to Nigeria. And the reason why a lot of people don't want to go to Nigeria, in all fairness, is because there's a ton of scamming. There's a lot of lying, a lot of stealing that happens in Nigeria. And if you are someone who is an astute international traveler and you're used to a certain standard of how things are gonna be done, Nigeria is just not that way. It's just a different animal altogether. But that different animal has presented an opportunity unlike anything that's ever been available within our lifetime. And that opportunity is for Black folks in the United States to have a piece of the future wealth that's going to be created on the African continent. I looked at my ancestry DNA test and it said that 30-something% of my ancestry is Nigerian. So it is important for us as Black folks to not neglect or miss an untapped opportunity to start traveling over to the motherland and expanding our consciousness by creating new experiences. You expand your consciousness when you create new experiences. That's why having experiences is more important than having money. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you all an interview that I did with Moses. Now, it was sort of a rigged interview. The camera was shaking and all this kind of stuff, so y'all don't judge me, but I was over there and I kind of did it last minute. But in that interview, he and I are going to have a discussion about some of the common misperceptions that Black folks have about Nigeria, how we can potentially change that, and fostering a better understanding so that Black folks within the United States can be more inclined to travel to Nigeria and also invest in Nigeria. So without further ado, my interview with Akura Ramsey in Nigeria, where we discuss Nigeria and all of the frequently asked questions and misperceptions. Good morning, Moses.
Good morning, Jerry. Welcome to Nigeria.
Thank you very much. So I don't know where I want to start this conversation. So firstly, let's start from the top. You and I spoke about this, I think, a couple of days ago.
Okay.
So firstly, why is it? What's the biggest, why does Nigeria have this reputation of being a scam country? Everybody's a scammer in Nigeria. Well, 70% of people are scammers in Nigeria. What is that? Do you think that's a fair assessment? And if it is a fair assessment, why do you think that's true or false? If it's not true, then let's talk about that.
Well, first of all, I would say that 70% of Nigeria is not scam. But yes, you can say that because what is on the paper is different with what is in the reality. When you're not in Nigeria, you will believe that everybody in Nigeria you see because of what the media said and all that. Yes, fine. A lot of people in Nigeria are scammers. It's because Nigerians live on a survivor. It's like parents who give birth to children and they cannot provide for them. They have to source for themselves, right? So that's the challenge that Nigeria have. A common Nigerian he doesn't really want to scam. He just wants to survive. He just wants to survive. So you know what it means for somebody to be, living on a survivor. You don't grow up in love. All you do is just hustle and find your way to feed yourself. So it's very hard to see a Nigerian who will just be there for you without making money. And this reason make them to be, very hardworking, doing whatever they can do just to survive. We are not actually scammers. The way, the Western world paints us. So yeah.
Right. And I thought it was interesting because I spoke to other people about this as well, how whenever a Nigerian actually goes outside of Nigeria, they are usually the best at whatever field they're in. Usually Nigeria has some of the world's best doctors, some of the world's best scientists, researchers, business people. Anybody that is a Nigerian that moves outside of Nigeria, in a lot of cases, not in every case, Nigerians excel. But I think it's interesting that when you look at Black folks in the United States, a lot of times there's not that level of excellence. Why do you think that is?
Well, first of all, I think when you don't have anyone to cater for you, you will try as much as you can to be the best for anything you do. For example, I'm your driver. I want to deliver a very good service to you so I can benefit more from you, right? So I can have more people who, can like my services.
Right.
So I think Nigeria, for we not having anybody to cater for us, government is not there, it's make them to work hard, to focus. That's why Nigerians are always the best. We're actually the smartest people in the world.
I can believe that.
Yes, we're actually the smartest because we always put more effort to anything we're doing. Just like you can see when you go to school, you will discover that those children that go to pensive school, the parents have money. Most times, in most cases, you see those children who come from lower background. They study much better than those ones who come from very good background. So that's the situation of Nigeria. So how about we have this system that will help people? There are bad people everywhere, I think. And at the same time, I always look at this in this angle. You can't look at the whole nation and say these people are bad. There are bad people everywhere, I think. I'm not saying this because Nigeria is my country. Nigeria is a very good place to be. The only thing you need to have to live in Nigeria is just have money.
Yeah.
Just have money. When you don't have money, Nigeria will be a living hell.
Yes, it will.
For you. Because the electricity you are using here is not provided by government. Either you're using your solar or you're using your generator because government cannot give you light for 12 hours a day. Maybe highest 5 hours.
Let's go back to what you just said because you went too fast for me, Moses.
Okay.
If you ain't got no money in Nigeria, don't come to Nigeria. I'm just telling you, right?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
If you don't have money, where we look, whichever one of the cameras. If you don't have any money, this is what I say to people back in the United States: just don't even bother.
Don't bother.
Don't come here.
Don't bother to come to Nigeria.
Don't even come.
When you come to Nigeria, we use almost everything that they use in the United States. The car, the groceries, food, all of them are here, right? But you need money to afford this. So for you to be in Nigeria and live in Nigeria, when you have money, there's no country in the world.
It's a great place to be if you
I can bet my chest to say this.
That's true.
Like I am in Nigeria, I am suffering in Nigeria. I know how Nigerians are suffering, but I can bet my chest and tell you that when you have your money in Nigeria, there's no country like Nigeria. Because I have a couple of people outside Nigeria who visit Nigeria and they will tell me that Nigeria is the best place to be. Only if you haven't visited Nigeria, you would think that Nigeria is a very bad place, that there's no place that is good in Nigeria, but Nigeria have very good places like city. We have good cities. We drive good cars, even though we don't have much good road, but yes, that's outside. But inside, when you have your money, you live well. I think you've been coming here for a couple of years.
4.
Right? If you find Nigeria very bad, will you come here again? It's because you find something good in Nigeria, right? You live all the life that you come here. You want to go to gym, you go to gym. You want to go to the bar, you go to bar. They serve you good. You can test. You can, check all of what they said to you, whether they are fake. You can't see anything fake. Most of our brands come from, outside Nigeria because we don't produce much.
Okay, so key differences. Obviously, the roads are very bad and. But not everywhere though.
No, not
like Abuja is good.
Yeah, Abuja is very good. Abuja is as good as any
city. Abuja is beautiful.
And there are so many cities.
Yeah.
You can go to Calabar. So you can go to Asaba. Those cities are very clean. They're very good. They are very secure.
Lagos is dirty.
When you hear about insecurity in Nigeria. Those are for the rural areas, not
For example,
in the main city.
for example, what is like Porter Court?
Like I said, not in the main city. Those are from the like
Yeah.
villages. Those security
Okay.
challenges are from the villages, not
Okay.
in the
Okay.
main town.
Okay.
Same way I watch documentary in the United States and I see that there are some places where your vehicle could break down and they will just come out from nowhere and end your
There are
life.
YouTube videos where you can actually watch that happening in the United States.
Yes, I watch all of that.
Yeah.
So I think when you want to say about anything about, I heard most times media telling their citizens, you don't come when you come to Nigeria, don't visit this state, don't visit this state, don't visit this state. And I'm like, people are living there, right? People are living there. Yeah, I can understand that there's insecurity.
People that are there, they know where to go and what to do, what not to do. If you're not from there, then you have to be careful.
Thank you. As you are here now, you can't just pull out and be going where you don't know.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So let's talk about this. First thing is that if you are planning to come to Nigeria from the United States, you can't drive. You can't drive here.
No.
It's just not. It ain't.
No.
It's not the same. You can't drive here. I don't want to make an overarching statement, but I'm just going to say I don't think it's a place for a person like from the United States to drive.
Not only United States. There's no way somewhere from another country would drive in Nigeria. Mostly,
there's no way.
There's no way you can drive because in Nigeria, not that our roads are not well designed or they don't have those traffic signs. They have all of that, but ignorant.
Yes.
Ignorant. Somebody that has so much in his head thinking he doesn't care about you. He's just driving to where he's going. Sometimes he might even forget. So we drive here with understanding. We drive here with understanding, not by the rules. Yeah. So I don't think anybody that come from any other country can easily drive in Nigeria, except you have to be here for some time. You know, study our
I've been here 4 years. I just don't want to. I'm not interested in driving here, period.
Yeah, but you can actually study the character, right?
Yeah. I think I could probably drive more now than I could when I first came. I think, but I'm not interested.
So, for example, you're here for like 10 years, 15 years. Nigeria, you will understand Nigeria better. You understand how they behave, you understand how they operate. You will understand everything with time, but not
just coming here. Also, this is another thing. If you are in the United States and you're wanting to just get on a plane and fly to Nigeria, you can't do that either. Nigeria is not a place to come if you don't know people here. Yes, exactly. It's just not a place where you can just get up on like I can get on a plane right now and fly to the UK. If you're in the Western world, from the Western world, you know, the United States, anywhere in North America, you can pretty much travel to any other country within the Western world. And North America, you can travel to, if you're from the US, you can travel to Mexico. If you're from Mexico, you can travel to Canada. Or if you're in, United States, you can travel from there to the UK or Germany, France. And you could pretty much move around without knowing anybody. You don't really need to know anybody in those places.
Yeah.
You can't come to Nigeria just don't know anybody.
If a Nigerian see you and you ask him a question, right? Let's say, for example, you just come to Nigeria, and you're trying to ask yourself questions and all that. Yeah, they will help you. Nigerians will help you, right? Not that they won't help you. They will help you get what you want. But in the end, they feel like it's not just their right to help you. It's also your right to give them something.
Thank you.
So that's why we say overall, if you don't have money, don't come to Nigeria. Because if you are ready to open your hand, Nigeria will be very free for you. Yes. Because they are hungry. They want to eat. They just want to eat. Nothing more. They don't want to harm you. They're not harming you. They just want to eat. When you see somebody at the airport grabbing your bag, let me help. Not that you don't want to steal your bag. He want to help you with your luggage to your car so you can give him something. And I don't think that's a bad idea.
But if I don't, but remember, this is what I said. But this is what I said to you. Remember that time we've been in your car. And they come washing your window, and you not even looking at them. Now use your brains, Nigerians. Okay. If you are in traffic, if I'm sitting in traffic and I'm not looking at you and you washing my window, you might be wasting your time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So now let me give you this example. That's on a low level that you're saying.
Okay.
So I have this a friend of mine in United States that said there was a day they bring. I think she's a nurse, something. Yeah. So she worked in health department. So there was a time they bring a patient to the hospital, and there was no, the hanger they hang drip.
Where they
There
put the
was
IV. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. There was no one available
In
in the
the
hospital.
okay
Yes.
here.
No, in United States.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then they were not able to give the patient drip because nobody was willing to stand and hold it. She voluntarily stand and hold it, and they give the person drip. That is the spirit of Nigeria. Nigeria is with you. They will want to, make you feel comfortable while you are with them. They will offer extra. That is why you find Nigeria doing the most when they are outside. Because where they come from, nobody is looking after them. Nobody consider them. They are just themselves.
And they don't expect it.
They don't expect it. So you will find out that they will do and even do more just to make you happy. They are at your service. But then the world now see Nigeria as when you are doing all of this, they now see you like maybe you're a beggar or something. Not really. You can be with somebody who is even richer than you here. The person will treat you better than the person you are richer than over in US will treat you. Do you understand? They will treat you much better because they want you to be okay. Another thing is that there are boundaries in Nigeria. When you pass your boundaries, because you can't be jumping on people that you don't know. That's another thing. So Nigeria is a kind of like mind your business.
Right.
When you're here, just do your thing.
Right.
When you see a police officer stop you on the road, it's not harassing you. Have you ever seen police harass us? They will never. When they need something, you give them something because they don't have any benefit from the government apart from the little salary they pay them and all that. So when you understand it deeply, you will know that they are not there to harm you. They just want to, have something. Yeah, it's like a culture. I think you come here, you see, we visit people here, right? The people that we visit, they are people that will feed you for years, right? When you are going to somebody who is even capable of feeding you, do you need to give him anything? In other country, that's their culture. But in our own country here, you're going to visit the richest man in the world in Nigeria. As long as he's in Nigeria, when you're going there, you have to hold something.
Right.
That is our culture. It's not begging.
Right.
But it's like a culture. That's why I said when someone offer you an assistant here, he expects you to tip him. It's like a culture. Yeah. So me personally, I will encourage people from everywhere in the world. If they want to come to Nigeria, you're free to come to Nigeria. We have a lot of foreigners living in Nigeria. A lot are in Nigeria.
A lot of people from Asia,
Yeah.
Russia,
India, UK,
all
US,
over the place. Yeah.
all of them are here. Most of them buy properties here. Expensive. They live here. They are good school that their children can go. But the problem that I have with US or UK or whichever country, the problem I have with them is their media. I don't think in the United States the media will ever post a house like this, telling their citizens that this house is in Nigeria. They always look at the bad side of Nigeria. But I think you're here. You can at least see our environment. You can see the houses people live. You can see how good looking people are.
Very beautiful.
The children going to school. You can see some expensive school. You see good
the gym we go
children.
to.
The gym we go to.
You see Maybachs and Bentleys, and I'm just like, well, fuck, who are all these damn people?
That's just common.
It's
just common.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But then the media will never show this to the people out there. So it's only those that visit here that will tell you that Nigeria is a very good country. It's not as bad as they're saying. Now I have this. Me and you talk about this before. I have this problem with, especially, let me say, Black Americans.
Okay.
If the white people are looking at the black, that they are bad people, right? Which I believe that, yes, there might be bad blacks, and the same way there are bad white people as well, right? Why you, as a black person, now see your own black people from the other side and believe that there's nobody good in that place? Because as a Black American, I don't see any reason why you should be afraid of your own black people.
Exactly.
Because the white people make you believe that the whole country is not good. The same way you are living with them there, but they still see you as a bad person. They don't want to associate with you. Why would Black America be refusing to come to Nigeria or do something with Nigerians? Because Nigeria are bad. It's not supposed to be so. They're supposed to have the rethink. They should rethink about it, about themselves, how the white treat them, and how they are treating their fellow Black in the other, in another place.
At the Black Wealth Company, we're about building Black wealth. And one of the things my friend told me, he said, Jerry, you've been coming here so much. Why aren't you investing here? And I thought to myself, I'm like, I really should probably be investing here. Well, guess what, everybody? Right now, the Black Wealth Company is in the process of negotiating the acquisition of a 5,000 square meter plot of land, which is about 2 acres of land, to build 20 duplexes that will house 40 families in 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with a Olympic-sized swimming pool, common area. We're going to make our mark in Nigeria in a very big way. We are the first Black American-owned firm to provide the highest quality, legitimate real estate investment opportunities to Black folks in the United States. We are going to start a movement where Black folks are not only going to be able to travel to the motherland, but travel to Nigeria and be safe, and not only have new experiences, create new experiences from the exposure to Nigerian culture, going to the clubs, going to the churches, going to the events, being able to live amongst the community, but also being able to create wealth for yourself and for your family by having a direct investment in real estate within the nation of Nigeria. If you're interested in joining our Nigeria Real Estate Investor and Travel Group, make sure you click the link around this video to register for the upcoming real estate investor class, where we're going to be presenting to you all one of the most lucrative opportunities that I've come across, which is real estate development opportunities that we are currently in the process of negotiating and planning for. This, again, is going to give you the opportunity to grow your retirement. You can actually grow your retirement money in real estate. I'm going to show you all how you can actually use retirement money without paying any taxes, fees, or penalties. Invest that money into real estate, reap the returns from the real estate investment, and being able to shelter that money from income taxes. Imagine if you can invest into a housing community in Nigeria and double your money within 18 months. And 100% of that profit is tax deferred because of how you are investing your money. And we're going to talk about that again. Make sure you sign up for the Nigeria Real Estate Investor Group class. We're going to be having that class starting the 29th of June. We're going to be running that class all the way probably until February. It depends on how many people are going to be investing. We're probably not going to have that much space because I have a ton of clients right now that are telling me, let's do it, Jerry. But what I want to do is I want to give everyone an opportunity again to join this class. We're going to be talking more in detail about the country of Nigeria, some of the misconceptions, some of the things you need to be careful of, and also about the real estate investment opportunity that we currently have, and how you're going to also be able to invest with us and have the opportunity to travel over to the motherland with your family and being able to create those new connections and those new experiences. Thank you all so much for joining us again today. If you are interested, again, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button somewhere around this video. Also, make sure you follow me on all of the social media platforms, The Jerry Gordon on Instagram, Mr. Blackwell on Facebook, and The Black Wealth Company on Facebook. Thank you all again for watching. Make sure, again, you register for the upcoming Real Estate Investor Group class that we're going to have starting June the 29th. You'll be notified by text and email when the class. This is Jerry Gordon, founder and CEO of the Black Wealth Company, where Black Wealth is our business.
Freedom, freedom with Jerry.